to Yep, recording in progress to the profits. We are going over the back of Akashex right now. And for new people that are joining, you're going to spend the first week going through the beginner, advanced, and expert courses. Extremely digestible content. Point A to point B is what I like to say. Not overwhelming at all, but you just want to get as familiar with the terminology, as familiar with the platform as possible. Next, you're going to go over to the live sessions. As you get onto your demo and you go through the academy, you're going to want to show up to the live sessions immediately. As you can see, we got live sessions going on right now. We got flashing lights. Let's see where we are. Boom. We got the whole chat going crazy, it looks like. So live session going right now. You'll watch me through the app. As you see, there I am watching me through the app. Amazing, right? Technology. But if you ever miss a session, the recordings are what you're going to go through. So where I don't have a course, I do a lot of recordings because I'm teaching 6 days a week. You're always going to want to go through and watch any of my live recordings. Every single one of them has a layer and a source of value, but it'll get you up to speed on just kind of being able to keep up while we're doing the live calls. They're extremely fast paced. So that's why we do these Sunday calls, is so you can get familiar. The new people can get familiar, but also for the people that have been trading with me, it's so your charts and everything you do, it starts to match mine. That way that way you guys are able to follow along faster. Aside from the live sessions, we have the pulse signals. Now, if ever there's a trade that doesn't play out while we are trading live or doing whatever we are doing live, right, I will send a signal alert. It'll look something like this, where it'll have an EP, which is your entry price, SL, which is the amount of money you're going to risk, and your TP, which is your take profit, your reward. All that will be there, plus copious notes down below, kind of letting you know how to navigate through the trade. So if you go through it, and your job is to just be a complete, just fail forward on everything you do. You want to get as familiar with pressing the buttons, feeling the tech, hearing the technology, hearing the terms, utilizing the technology. And whenever you have a question, and this is the amazing part about our tech, you just go right to our smart tools. You have an AI assistant right here. So any kind of questions that you feel you might have while you're going through your journey of studying, all you do is just plug it in with Sage AI, and it'll help you summarize your journal, give you some trading tips, and help you recap your performance. So that's kind of the platform in a nutshell, without going too deep into the scanners or the crypto or anything of that nature. But when you're new, you're going to want to digest this, and within the first couple days, just start taking trades on your demo account. Get with the person who got you in here, and you really just want to start playing with it as if it was almost like a video game, right? When kids get games, they just go and they just start pressing buttons and get familiar with the platform and understanding up, down, left, right. Awesome. Cool. I'm glad you see my screen, Amy. So that's really what you want to do. You want to just make as many mistakes as possible, press as many buttons as possible, and take as many trade ideas from any of the educators through the pulse signals. Become a professional signal taker. The faster you become a professional at taking the signals, is the faster you're going to become at giving your own signals and really taking your own trades. So that's a little bit about the platform, once again, without going too far in. Type a 1 in the chat, guys. You guys ready to get these charts going right now? Let's get these charts cracking. Let's get these charts crack-a-lacking here. Let's get them crack-a-lacking. I love the sell low-key, guys, kind of setting up right now. I love the buy, too, down below. If any of you guys who caught the buy and at the bottom and traded into the gap, type gap in the chat if you took the buy on your own accord and traded into the gap. Let's go. And that right there, guys, so for all the new people, that's the power of what we do. Traders trading on their own accord with the education and knowledge they got from showing up to the live calls. What we're about to do right now, let's go. I think we're going to sell off right back down. I'm trying to get back into my account, but means All right. Well, anyways, so what I trade is Dow Jones, US30. It's the top performing 30 stocks in the stock market. And we trade it New York Open. Why we trade New York Open is because that's when there's the most volatility for us as traders to capitalize on that and make money. If you guys like making money, just drop a bunch of dollar signs in the chat. That's why we're all here. We're all here to make some money, right? Cool. So I need everybody to pull up, and I love the sell going into this right now too, guys. I think we sell back to the bottom of this 580. If I could have got my trade locker up, I would have taken this trade with you guys. But I like the sell kind of setting up right now. It looks like this. Just kind of before for my traders, guys. I know this is a little fast paced. We're going to go into education, but I think we start creeping our way down, at least to go fill this. I don't think we go fill the whole gap, and I'll go into all this. But for all you guys right now that are trading right now, that's that. I'm going to delete this. Let me know if it's cool to delete this so I can get on with marking up the charts. But this is what I see right now. Probably tighter stop loss too, maybe above this high side wick. You guys get this trade idea so I can delete it and I could mark up the charts. I'm going to say yes. Okay, cool. I was just waiting for somebody to say yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I just didn't want to delete it because I'm going to go. Yeah, is my mic just really low? Do I have to scream? I don't want to scream and then sound like a weirdo screaming. All the new people are like, is he like deaf? Okay, cool. So when we're marking up the charts, guys, first thing we want to do is we want to pull up the 4-hour time frame. For students that are new, and this is day one, the 4-hour time frame, each candle represents 4 hours of price movement. So these numbers on the right hand side is price, right here. And each candle, if it's red, that means it was going down, price went down during that 4 hours. If it was green, price went up in that 4 hours. In essence, what we're doing as traders is we're identifying highs and lows in trend line, and we're finding where the highs and the lows in the market intersect with the trend line. The higher the time frame, the higher the probability the trade will go our direction. Okay. Also, as traders, we study historical data so we can identify key levels in the market on whether we're going to buy or sell. So the first thing, I'll go over the EMA. I had to delete it so we didn't ask that question. I'll get to it. We're crawling. We're running before we're crawling. Thank you, Amber. So as we identify the highs, the lows in the market, we look for also what I call key levels. Now, a key level is where price has gone up and down from a previous high or a low. So when we have a high in the market, so this is our high, and let's just say we're right here right now, right? Let's just focus on where we're at right here. And I'm just going to mark my low on where price is currently at and where it closed. So you guys see how I came up with our high and our low? Yeah, type a 1 in the chat if you guys see how I came up with the high and the low. And if I want to look left more, you could see how that level, and it'll continue. And then that level was a level that was sold from. And you see how I just keep pulling that left, right? So that is the idea of a key level. And a key level is where price has gone up and down from. So when you see high time frame key levels, those are extremely important when we're identifying our trend line as well. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, sorry, the screen just keeps running away. Guys, how many points equal a trend line? Okay, cool. That's right. So I'm going to go from the top because it's just where price is kind of right now. So we're going to focus on here. So I'm going to find my 3 points. And you guys see how I found that, right? And you're like, well, Preston, there's not really 3 points. Well, that's cool because we're going to anticipate the third point. And when we anticipate the third point, that's where trade ideas come from. Yes, we can have 3 points. Yes, we can have, more if I want to go and tighten it up, right? If I wanted to tighten it up and look for it. But based upon what we see, we have a high, we have a low, we have a trend line. And now we want to find out where we want to go and what we want to do. So if I look left, you could see that price moved. Last time it was here, it moved from here to here. Okay. Last time price was here, it moved from here to here. And that high being roughly around 600, 588. Do you guys see where I came up with that price? Type a 1 in the chat if you guys see where I came up with that. So this is how I'm going to anticipate potentially the third point in our trend line. So now that we have a low, that is a buy zone. And notice I'm not using a lot of crazy terms. Right? Price goes 2 ways. It goes up and it goes down. Our job is to buy the low and sell the high, right? And it sounds so simple when you say it out loud, but if you can identify a low where price has already historically shown us that it's bought from, the zone becomes the what, guys? That's right. The zone becomes the zone. And you're going to hear that term a lot when you guys trade with us, is the zone is always going to be the zone. And when price gets into zone, as shooters, as snipers, as, our job is to shoot, take our shot when price gets into zone. And the way we find out the best possible entry is by looking left and seeing where the low was and trying to get the best possible entry, or seeing where the high was and trying to get this best possible entry. Now, we have our low, we have our high, we have our trend line. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the 4 hour to the 1 hour. Now, every time I go to a different time frame, more candles emerge. More candles are able to see that tell me a story. Now, every time I am looking at these candles, they are telling me a story. And it's the same story that they're telling me on a higher time frame, but they're telling me where we're navigating on the lower time frame. So remember how I said the higher time frames give us the higher probability. What we want to look for is our lower time frames to coincide with our higher time frames, and then we have the ability to take a trade or know where the zone is going to. Oh, we got some laters here, huh? So, and the same rules apply. You're still looking for a support or resistance. You're still looking for a high and a low on that time frame. You're still looking for a trend line on that time frame. So just kind of based upon what I'm looking at now, I want to go from the 1 hour to the 30-minute because I just want to see more candles. Okay, now I'm looking at more candles and I kind of like what I see. I'm going to go from the 30-minute to the 15-minute. So as I keep dropping down in time frames and candles, price is showing me more. It's showing me more structure, and I'm looking for structure so I can mark up the charts so I can see where my highs, my lows, and my trend lines are. That's it. I'm just constantly looking for high, low, and trend line. And now that I've done that, you can see where our point was up here, and I'm just going to drag this right there. So now I kind of have a trend line. We have a low. And what I'm going to look for is a support and or a resistance, a key level in the market. Now, I kind of see one right here because this is the area where price sold from right here. So if you guys see where price sold from this area, right? Price came, touched trend line, support. But also whenever you have a gap in the market, okay? A gap works as a support and or a resistance. So I'm going to mark up this area because what happens, guys, when we get a gap, what do we do with it? That's right. That's right. So now I have an idea of where price is going to before it rejects, right? Before it goes down again. So if it's going to continue to go down on this trend line right here, it will have to go down from this area. And until it breaks this blue line, it's not going to go back up. It will continue to give us signs of going back down. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. So what I just went over right there was market structure. The markets move two ways, up and down, but they have three different forms in terms that the markets do, but they're still just going up and down, right? You have consolidation, and this is where buyers and sellers are playing tug of war. I want to buy, coach wants to sell, money's going back and forth, it's accumulating. We don't know, nobody knows where the markets are going. Nobody knows if it's going up, no one knows if it's going down, right? So whenever you have a consolidation, if you scalp, and scalping is a style of trading where you're just in and out of the markets really quick. Consolidating is what you want to trade. That means you're just basically selling the high and buying the low. But when price decides to break out of a consolidation, it has certain rules it has to apply by. And those rules are once a bottom gets broken or a top gets broken, what happens, guys, once structure gets broken? What does it do? That's right. It retests. So when it retests, what it's going to do, it's going to retest the old low that was created if it's going to continue going down. And it is going to start to create its pathway and structure for a trend line. And it will maintain certain rules, which is as I'm going lower, I will create a higher low, and then I will go lower and I will create a lower low, and then I will create a higher low, and then I will create a lower, and we will continue to move downward until buyers and sellers decide they want to play tug of war again. And then money will start accumulating. And then guess what happens, guys? Once we break out of structure, What do we do? That's right. We retest. Same rules apply. So the same rules going up apply going down. You're not having to learn two different styles of market, if that makes sense, right? And when it does, it's going to play by certain rules. It will create those higher highs and those lower highs, and it will retest those old highs and those old lows and those old structures in the market. And your job as traders is to identify either A, you're either selling the high or buying. Someone needs to mute themselves. Or you're buying the low, or you're waiting for price to break out of consolidation, and then you're waiting for it to come back and retest the break to sell the same area that you bought from. So the same area, if the zone is correct, the same area that you would buy if market was consolidating, when price breaks out, will be the same area you will look to sell until price accumulates. And then guess what we're doing? We're buying on the way up, and you're waiting for price to come to you at key level zones to buy the structure on the way up. And for the new people, I think this is I've never really done any. I'm trying to move slower for my OGs. I'm trying to move slower for the new people. Is this helpful, guys? Is this making sense to you guys? We want to keep it simple. I didn't use crazy terms. We didn't go over any of that. The markets go two ways, guys. They go up or down. We buy in, we sell in. And who took the sell? I'm just curious. Who's in the sell right now? Who's in profit? Did anybody take it? Let's go. Yeah, it looks like it already running like 40 something points. It was at like 70 when I called it. Amazing. So now that we've gone over market structure, if we were going to sell the market, what area other than obviously, so this is the key level that I was looking at on what made me sell. And then now we're going to talk about the moving average. So the one moving average I use, it's the 60 MA, the 60 moving average. So what that means, it's the average closing 60 candles per time frame. In a nutshell, guys, if you see price trading below the purple line, well, here, let me just delete everything. When price is trading below the purple line, you're looking for sells. So I'm looking for sells here, similar to market structure. Here, similar to what we just did right here. Right here. So when we're trading below and we're showing downward movement, you want to look for sells in a nutshell, right? That's what the moving average is. It's a directional tool that lets you know the average moving candles, and you could set that. So what I use is the 60. So for me, it's the average closing 60 candles per time frame. So if I go to the 5-minute, it's showing me the average closing 60. If it's closing below, if I see downward movement and we're closing below my 5-minute 60, I'm looking for sells. If I'm going to make a sharper trend line, this is why I kind of like to sell in the current market area. is because when I look left, we have a key level right here, massive downward movement. And then if I do a trend line, you could see we kind of have like a trend line sitting right here. So I like the sell. I think we go back. We have a lot of stuff going on. And it's crazy. Traders watching the news going, okay, I can't wait for the markets to open. Let's make some effing money, right? But as a whole, if we're going to go for this, this is kind of what I was seeing. Let's go, guys. And I like the buy too. The buy was good down at the bottom. I almost called it. I was just busy. So any questions? Is there anything that I didn't cover? Maybe risk to reward. Hold on one second. Oh, boom. Let's do this. So this is kind of what I expect out of students daily. We turned it into a challenge, but truthfully, it's now breathing. It's just a way of life. I've calloused you guys. So every day, what I expect you guys to show up to class with is a daily a pre-market checklist. It's pre-market bias analysis, key levels, and a screenshot. So similar to what we just did, mark up the charts, screenshot, and come up with a trade idea. All right. Then after that, we do what we like to play a game. It's called Match My Trade. Pretty much, I reveal my screen, whatever trade idea I have. You want to see if your trade idea, yep, awesome. You want to see if your trade idea matches my trade idea. So you have your bias on what you came up with, then you have what I came up with, and then you see how close you were, and then we take the trade, whatever the result is, you journal it, you document it, you tag us in it, tag your upline, tag whoever who brought you in, tag myself, and we just keep doing that every day until you guys see the markets and you guys are able to trade on your own. Once again, the strategy is extremely simple. Am I trading with a support or resistance? Am I trading with my trend line? And am I trading off of my moving average? And if I have those three things going for me, right, which is key level, trend line, and moving average, I execute the short. And I'm going to go over a sell that I actually called. And Peyton, you are recording. That was you that's recording this, right, Peyton? I'm going to need you to clip this for me and make some clips if that's cool. But regardless. So we did a call on Friday. We closed down Friday the right way. Arabella and I did a nice live call. And we had some good market movement on Friday, but let's go over this sell. So what we had was, once again, a lot of downward movement, moving with the trend, the order flow. We had trend line, we had key levels. So price was really respecting the trend line heavy. And I think at that time, maybe the 15 might have been right on top. There it is right there. So price was respecting the trend line really, really good. And we were right above our 60 MA on the 15-minute time frame. So always the higher the time frame, the higher the probability. So when I look left, I was able to find a nice area of resistance. So we had our trend line, we had our resistance right here, and we had the 60 moving average, and we were able to call that trade and really make some good money on Friday and close down the day. So obviously news came out, price gapped up, a lot of crazy stuff going on, but really looking forward to tomorrow morning, getting the bag with you guys. I'm expecting a lot of volatility. I'm expecting us to fill this gap, and I'm expecting us to short this market. So with that being said, guys, any questions, comments, concerns for myself? I wouldn't even call it a strategy, Jordan. I trade market structure. So sometimes I'll enter off a 4 hour. The buy that we called on Friday was off of the 4 hour, or it was actually off of the daily. So I don't like to call what I do a strategy. I think strategies are silly. I call structure. So I teach you guys how to really understand any strategy. Truthfully, you're only buying or selling something. So you're either trading breakout or you're trading momentum. Either way, in what time zone? 6:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it'll be opening bell, New York. Sure. No worries. And everything's rinse and repeat. You guys are going to want to continue to just keep marking up your charts um, until you see the market, right? And then once you see the market, you'll be able to make sense of whatever strategy you want to go learn. Even if you had other strategies maybe in the past that you might have studied, um, you'll be able to make sense of them a lot more after trading with me for sure. Marking up the charts and understanding market structure is going to be your way to freedom. Same link every morning. But once you guys learn market structure, it's over because then you're just looking at the markets. You're not waiting for oscillator or MACD or any of these other things. You just see your levels, and once you see those levels, you execute it. And even the way we identify the zones, and I know I missed the zone part, but I'm gonna tap right now. We'll go into that obviously in the morning uh, once we get going and start taking some trades. So, any questions, comments, or concerns though for me while I'm on? Destiny, you're killing it. Shout out Destiny. I did a one-on-one today, and she pulled up her charts, and I don't want to say it's funny, but I noticed this a lot, and it's okay. And we always get that feeling of uneasiness when we kind of get put on the spot. And she didn't. But our conversation, and I don't know if she's gonna hate me for even. I'm not gonna divulge too much, but when we get into trading, it's so easy for us to second guess everything, and it's just going up and down, right? The markets are just going two ways. They're going up and down. And when she was explaining to me just kind of how, uncertain she was in the markets, but then went and shared her screen and marked up the charts like a pro in like 6 minutes, like fast. And I've only seen a couple students really, take a and didn't. So wait, how do I share? Click the share button and then got in and then marked up those charts like within minutes. And I was moving very, very fast, putting her in the hot seat on purpose. Where's my trend? Where's my 6 minute? Where's my five? Where's this? Where's this? Where's this? And she was quick on it. So guys, trading is about repetition, because when you're in the hot seat in the markets, you have to move fast, and you have to be able to move with a little bit of pressure. And you're going to put that pressure on yourself, but the markets are going to move quick if you don't start trying to become quicker, right? And then you'll be able to slow down and see it and wait for the markets to come to you. But in the early stages, you're going to feel like everything's going really fast, but extremely proud, very, and the only time I've ever said that to certain students are personal mentees, right? So the fact that she's a student that just shows up, and I think even her upline, or well, she has her upline now, right? But the person who got her into this business is no longer even in this business, guys. And let that just be a testament. Like, this is your tribe, you know, and even if the person who brought you into this opportunity isn't here, this opportunity is still for you. And if you just keep showing up, you're gonna get it. And hopefully, you know, she got, hopefully she got, you know, a nice boost of confidence out of it, because she deserves it. Like, you crush it, you see the market, you know, and with anything, even myself, I'm so, uh, trading. It's internal. It's not your. It's a reflection. It's a mirror of different versions of yourself that you don't allow to see. And that mirror is not. It's not cool sometimes. And our relationship with money and the way we do these things, sometimes it'll talk us out of opportunities as a way even of protection, not even self-sabotage, you know, because we have these comfort. And this is what we were talking about, was we have these areas of comfort where our lives are, but what does this new money look like to us, right? Is it going to change me? Is it going to change the relationships I have? Is it going to change my work life? Maybe you don't want that to change. Maybe you don't want maybe you're afraid of the person you might become once you start getting the bag. I don't know, right? But there's going to be there's a protective measure. There's like a governor internally that sometimes some people have it and some people don't, and some people bust right through that governor. And if your relationship with money is good, then it's off to the races for some people. But if it ain't, you're going to have to face that person in the mirror. And in order to become the next version that is fully abundant and all bills paid, dues paid, house paid, rent paid, no bills, position of FU, you're going to have to become the version you want to become. And it's going to be tough. You're going to have to overcome some things in order to do it. So that's my little TED talk for the new people. It's March 1st, March Madness, guys. I'm excited. Sorry if I'm a little tired. It's been a long day on calls, but we're going to crush this week. Absolutely. Yeah, much needed. And it's important that we set the tone for new students, guys. You know, this isn't, when I got into this, it was Larry Lamborghinis and Marty Maseratis, and it was all the wrong reasons that, well, I can't say all the wrong reasons that attracted me, but that was the attraction marketing at the time. It wasn't real education. It wasn't community. It wasn't something sustainable. It wasn't something sustainable that truly had longevity. And what we have right here is longevity, retention, and a product that truly works. And it's not, some far-fetched strategy that's a fly-by-night. Like, this is real market structure. And you can apply these rules to your investments. You could apply these rules to anything with a candle chart. I'm teaching you how to read candles, right? And I'm not talking about the Chinese folklore of candle chart readings and stuff like that. I'm talking about actually like reading like market structure, right? And when you could read market structure, the wicks and the candles and the dojis and all that other shit, it don't mean nothing, right? Like, when you guys have seen me call hundreds and hundreds of trades, and you've never heard me use the term order block, breaker block, fair value gap, doji, shooting star, candle, harmonic, batward pattern. You've never heard me use any of these terms when trading with you guys. And these are all terms that people sell down your throats in courses. So like, I just want to say, like, guys, you will you already will put yourself in analysis paralysis just trying to figure out where the markets are just buying and selling. You don't need to go and pull up 50 different harmonic scanners and all this other stuff. Just learn the basics. This is how you bake a cake. And then whatever indicator you decide you want to use, that's the icing. So I appreciate you guys. To the Prophets, aka Don Keys brand, fuck yeah, mood majestically big. Grateful, healing, forgiving, exactly where we need to be, things better than we ever could have imagined. Peyton, if you could do me a massive favor, and yep, that's right, we'll hit that. Do me a massive favor and get me some clips of this. That would be amazing. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Let's get this bag. Mm.